We are Troop 80020, and we are representing Romania.
Romania.
1947 to 1989.
The country is under communist rule. Romania's leader has enforced many laws to encourage the population growth, which he believes will lead to economic growth.
In the 1980s, he enforces a policy to pay Romania's debts, which leave families poor and unable to care for their children.
Many of those children are put up for adoption.
We represent the 500,000 children that grew up in the communist orphanages of Romania.
The orphanages lack electricity, heat, food, medicine, and washing facilities.
We suffer from abuse and neglect.
My name is Danielle. I will never forget the night my best friend Florence slapped me under the orders of the adult night supervisor at the orphanage. I hesitated and barely touched her, but my best friend hit me with so much hate that I got scared.
The supervisors beat us and often encourage the older kids to beat the younger children. Orphan employees are considered weak if they do not hit the children in their care, but worse than the beating is the neglect.
Sometimes my aunt would come to see me. When it's time for her to go, I hang on to her and try to make her stay longer. Not because of the beatings, but because no one loves me and I can feel that no one loves me.
Without love and affection, 3 and 4-year-old children are incorrectly diagnosed as mentally disabled and they are unable to walk, talk, or feed themselves because they are neglected.
We are wiped out as human beings, silenced, humiliated.
We are trapped in a slaughterhouse of souls.
Sorry. We can't even look another person in the eye. How will we ever heal?
It is now 1989. The Romanian Revolution has put an end to communist rule in our country.
A journalist goes to one of the orphanages to report on the conditions there.
One thing I will never forget is the silence of so many children. Usually, when you enter a room filled with children, you hear noise, chatter, or crying. There was none, even though the children were awake. They lay in their cots, sometimes 2 each cot, sometimes 3, and their eyes staring, silently.
Our orphanage is closed and we are released into the street.
We have nowhere to go. Many of us take refuge in the sewer tunnels, which are heated by steam pipes.
In the streets above us, there are restaurants, fancy cars, and shopping.
Tourists visit many of the beautiful sites in our country. Grand Castle, also known as Dracula's Castle, old churches, and the Mary Cemetery of a palace in Parliament.
But in the sewer system, we are surrounded by garbage and drugs. Rotting clothes serve as beds to sleep on.
Some of us have broken free of our past, though. Some of us were able to reunite with our families. Some are artists and teachers and have families of our own. For the new generation of children, life is better, but not ideal.
80,000 families, most parents work in another country while the children live at homes by themselves.
Progress is slow, but life in Romania has improved greatly since the dark days of communism.
In the 1990s, the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts began to help Romania establish Girl Scouts in the new country once again.
Struggling hard with the economy and old ways of thinking, Girl Scouts is developing little by little in the country.